But yeah, I mean, these are just ways that, you can amplify everything you're doing in your life just by using, the mantras and stuff. And so towards the end of the day to unwind, I'll put on Om Shanti. And I don't know if you ever try chanting Om Shanti along with Master Choa Sui. And that is about 30 minutes, I think, to do 108, maybe even shorter, maybe 20. It's a really short mantra. But when you chant this, it totally calms all your bodies, but it really calms the circulatory system, the heart, the nervous system, because a lot of times people might relax, but they don't totally calm down to the core. So the Om Shanti is very soft energy, and when you're chanting it, you're chanting like basically for peace. And so it brings that peace to you. And what you're doing, you bring your hands out like this while you're doing it. And so your intent is to radiate this energy out to the world, bring it to you, through you, and then out, to the world. And also just playing it. Also, it's of course it's going to go out to the world, but you want to get some of that blessing and like, I would think there's more good karma probably in it compared to like just playing the mantra compared to like you chanting along with Master Choa. I think there's probably more good karma generated if you do it along with Master. But what happens is when you're chanting these mantras, the mental body is blocked. Where like say like all the thoughts of the day and the world and the mind is racing. The mind, like my mind goes fast. And like for me to be able to calm that down and to get that stillness, even just a few minutes of stillness, that's all I'm searching for in my meditation. And of course to make my energy big and all this stuff, but like, and to purify, but like, I just want that at least a minute or two of that stillness where my consciousness leaves for a little bit, or I just don't remember, where I was at. Like I'm off, like, and then I come back and then the meditation's, being done. And just that little bit of stillness. And you can taste that in the meditation on twin hearts. And I for sure would be doing the one with psychological healing alternated with the physical healing. You could do one in the morning, one at night. But that stillness that you'll get in between the ohms is your reward. I remember like one of these meditations with the Om Mani Padme Hum, I think it's called the Meditation on Loving Kindness. And there's another version too, but it can be quite a chore to do the chanting along with Master, like especially for like 30 minutes. It could be like, oh my God, like, and you got to chant along with Master. Just doing that, can take a lot of concentration and willpower. But the stillness that came in the Om portion, I was like, that's my reward for making it through the meditation. And that's my reward. Just those 3 minutes of stillness. And maybe it might only be 10 seconds of like, just where the mind becomes quiet. Just for a little while, at least. So I try to take it to that point every day. Every day, take my mind to the point of that stillness. And like typically for me, on a normal day, I try to meditate first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning. And now, I have stuff playing while I'm sleeping too, but like, my goal is to normally do the meditation on twin hearts at a minimum, the meditation on twin hearts every morning. So that's about 30 minutes if you do the long version. But you set that aside, even if you're laying in bed and doing it. I mean, it's better than not doing it. Set your alarm a little bit earlier, turn it on later or whatever. Because see, what happens is like it quietens the mind, and and you put a lot of good energy out to the world, a lot of pink and gold energy to the world. So you have that energy coming back to you, and all the really good ideas that are waiting to come to your consciousness, they can't come through because it's like all the noise, all the thoughts. The thoughts are like this, they're like together and overlapping. And so the good thoughts from your higher soul, they can't get down. But when you still that mind, it opens up. Sometimes just a little bit comes in. Sometimes you go up more, make that spiritual cord bigger. But usually it's like becomes noisy again. And like for me, the effects of a good like twin hertz, I mean, I can work maybe another 2 or 3 hours, depending if it's really mental work or if it's like really draining. I could probably go another 3 hours before my mind becomes noisy again. And then it's ideal to do another quick meditation, or do your salt bath, do a salt scrub, or just do 5 minutes of Lakshmi mantra. I mean, you don't have to you have to tailor all the stuff to your lifestyle. Because like some people might be at work and they can't like sit and do twin hearts in their cubicle, but they can maybe turn on the mantra for 5 minutes on their lunch break and maybe put a pair of sunglasses on, or just put an earbud in and just sit there and just be reconnecting it and re-upping your energy. But ideally, like for me, every few hours, I need to meditate, and I do my Radiating practice every day. But one important thing to do is your end of the day meditation. And what I mean by this is like, you want to leave all the stress of the day. You don't want to take that into the next day or onward into your life. So, I think there's a prayer from Lord Christ where they say, forgive your enemies by sundown. And I'm paraphrasing, of course. It's like, it means like all the people you came in contact with, you want to settle your accounts with him that day. Like, say if there's somebody, at the store that you didn't get along with, or somebody cuts you in traffic, well, that day, you have to let that, forgive them and let it go. And one way to do this is to do the twin hearts. Because what it'll help flush out that stress of the day and recharge you again for the next day. And so you're not carrying the stress to, accumulative. So, for me, I have a whole, I try to keep a set schedule, but if I don't, I get my energy somehow. And I don't always have time to do a super long meditation, so I'll just do a quick one. I mean, it could be just invoking, several times a day.